The treatment here is very much structured and however, structured with the client in mind. So each individual treatment that I provide with clients is going to be different. I meet the client where they're at, but in general, we have 3 phases of treatment here at the OSI Clinic. So phase 1 of treatment is what we call stabilization. So what I do in stabilization is, first and foremost, I talk about what's going on with the client right now in their life and see if there's anything I can help them with so that they can prepare themselves for the trauma therapy. Another key stone or key point in phase 1 is what I like to do and what I like to describe it to my clients as is we're going to fill up the toolbox. And so I check with the client their figurative toolbox and see what they have been using to cope with their symptoms. And if there is something that they've been using, for example, maybe yoga or breathing, that they find helpful, then we start there. If they don't have any coping strategies, then that's when I start to introduce different strategies that might work for them. And I let them know that this toolbox that we're building, we're going to carry it with us throughout therapy, throughout the 3 phases and beyond, that you will have in your toolbox for whenever you feel any stressors in your life. So that's basically phase 1 of treatment. We take care of any barriers to treatment. If there's any life stressors that the client needs to talk about, any substance use that the client wants to take care of, then we'll do that first. And then when we feel that we, meaning me and the client, feel that we're ready, we will move on to phase 2 of treatment, which is trauma processing therapy. We have 3 evidence-based treatments that we provide here at the OSI Clinic. We've got prolonged exposure therapy, cognitive processing therapy, and EMDR. And so usually I leave it up to the client. So I present them with the treatments and we decide together what we feel is the best treatment for them, depending on their trauma and what they want to do with their treatment. And so phase 2 is basically that structured evidence-based treatment that we do for the trauma processing. And once we complete that, we move on to phase 3, which is creating meaning. So the way that I work in phase 3 of therapy, I usually leave it up to the client. Usually the client will give me some indicators of what meaning is to them. For example, they might tell me that they want to be in a relationship and that this is new for them, or they might want to look beyond their career in the military or their SMP to a career in the civilian world. And so we start to build their life the way that they want it to be built after they have processed their trauma.